Hi guys, welcome to Viva's Canadian Journey. Thank you so much for watching. I just dropped a video fresh off the press on Sunday the 13th of February called some things that might hinder you from coming to Canada. I would really recommend that you watch it because that's really going to help you to avoid some mistakes. But today we're going to be talking about something very different. I have a special guest with me here all the way from London, UK. Whoop woo woo. Her name is Faith Ojone and she has a YouTube channel where, like me, she talks about immigrating to the UK. So while I talk about Canada, she talks about, how you can immigrate to the UK. Her channel is very insightful, and for anybody that meets the criteria and wants to relocate to the UK, honestly, I would recommend this. And today she's going to be talking about a brand new immigration stream for health workers in the UK, because right now the UK needs a lot of health workers. So she's going to be talking about it. This brand new stream is going to start on the 15th of February 2022. So you want to get in early. So let's get started. So welcome, Faith.
Thank you. Hi guys, it's nice to have you here. I am Faith Ojone on YouTube and Instagram, the same Faith Ojone. So I'm really pleased to be on your channel and thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for coming. In fact, we planned this in less than 2 days, and it's just if I went like mine, it's just me, because Faith's birthday is just 2 days after mine. And happy birthday, by the way, in arrears.
Thank you. Happy birthday to you as well.
Yes, February girls are the happiest.
Yes. I couldn't agree more.
So let's get right into it. Can you please tell us a bit about this new UK healthcare stream that everybody is talking about? And even people here in Canada are talking about it. I'm like, don't leave.
So, the UK government recently, they just want to make the UK an easy country for people, migrants, to move to. And due to Brexit and the COVID, I think that hit the UK so hard, and their shortage of staff right now at the moment. It's not just in the health industry. Every industry is short of staff. But the health industry hits more because there are lots of care homes in the UK, and they have shortage of staff, carers, and all of those. So the UK government decide to do something about the care shortage, the healthcare assistants, and the rest. So they decide to to include carers, health carers, domiciliary care, healthcare assistants, and home carers to the shortage occupation list. So we know when something is on the shortage occupation list, meaning they are lacking this thing and they want people as soon as possible. So they now created this visa. It's still under the health and care worker visa, but now carers are now part of the shortage occupation list. So if you're a carer or an auxiliary nurse or a nurse, wherever you are, every part of the world, or a carer, you want to move to the UK via the skilled worker route, you can then apply for the visa. One thing, the reason the visa is making so much wave is because it's the easiest, fastest, and cheapest. Because if you're applying for this visa, you do not get to pay the full visa fee. You pay 50% of the visa fee, and any company hiring you from the UK has to pay you a minimum of £20,000 as salary. And also it's fastest visa route. That means decision making, you won't have to wait for a very long time to get your visa. It's very fast. And so this is the reason why the visa is making so much wave, because it's one of the easiest visa, and you do not have to pay the NHS surcharge, which is a lot of money. And also you can move with your family, your dependents, and your kids, and it also leads to settlement in the UK.
Oh wow, that's it. I mean, for me, that's interesting. So the minimum a person will get paid a year is £20,000.
Yes,
that's a decent amount of money. Okay, now I understand. So please, what's the criteria? I mean, what are the hurdles people have to go through?
Okay, yes, according to the UK government, they said you do not require to have a formal qualification to qualify for this visa. So a minimum of SSC, GC is fine. So if you have GC, SSC, you are good to go. And also another requirement is that any job you're getting, the employer needs to pay you at least £20,000. Then you also need to undergo criminal check. That you have to do the criminal record check because you'll be taking care of vulnerable people and people with learning disabilities, old people. So they are known as vulnerable people in the UK. So once you are dealing with vulnerable people like that, you need to undergo like criminal check to make sure you are fine from your home country. So you need to present a criminal record check that is no more than 6 months from your home country. And if you're coming from a country, some listed country, you need to provide tuberculosis test. So Nigeria is part of those country. India is also part of those countries that needs to provide tuberculosis tests. So you need your tuberculosis test, criminal check, a minimum salary £20,000, no any formal qualification. So yeah, that's the government requirement. But of course, the government is not the one hiring you in the UK. It's going to be companies. So other companies have their own criteria, eligibility requirements they have. Also, the government also mentioned the IELTS, the proof of English language. You need to be able to speak English. So you need to write the IELTS or at least get your certificate verified that you're taught in English. No, formerly known as the NARIC, but now is now ENIC. So they changed the name due to Brexit. So you need proof of English language. So some companies that are recruiting carers in the UK, I've been able to go through some of these companies' requirements. Some of the companies require you to have an IELTS, a minimum of a band 4 to 6. So some will be like, if you have a band 4, fine. If you have a band 5 or a band 6, is good. But then you also need to have like a care certification experience because this is a skilled worker route. You're moving to the UK as a skilled worker, so definitely experience counts. So most of these companies want someone that is experienced, that has some sort of little bit knowledge about care, and that has proof of English language, tuberculosis test, and criminal check. So the UK government just gave their own simple eligibility, but companies also have their own preference or what they are looking for in a carer. So you can't just focus on what the government wants. You have to think about the company hiring you, what it is they require from you. So different companies have their own requirements. So yeah.
Okay. From this is that an applicant coming has to have some kind of post-secondary education. So, if you're coming from Nigeria or West Africa, is the WAEC or the GC, then obviously proof of, the language exam, proof of English. But then they also need to get the job from their home country, right?
Yeah, they need to have a job. Definitely, that's the most important one.
Okay. So how do they apply?
So basically, once you decide you meet all the criteria, eligibility and all, you can start applying for jobs. You can go to the NHS website. There are some recruitment agencies as well that are recruiting carers in the UK, and there are some home care like care industry that are also recruiting. So you can just go online and search on Google. Check total jobs, Indeed. Just type Tier 2 sponsorship jobs for carers in the UK, or Tier 2 sponsorship job for healthcare assistants in the UK. So there's once you Google that, trust me, there are tons of jobs available right now for carers. You see a lot of them, especially on Indeed.com. There is a lot of sponsorship jobs on that website as well.
Okay, so Indeed.co.uk.
Yeah, .co.uk. Yeah.
Then Total Jobs, and then of course
Total
NHS.
Jobs. Read NHS. Yeah, Read, okay. CV Library, NHS. You can also contact some of these home agency or some of the employer on LinkedIn. So if you find, you have to do research, like if you research care homes that you think, oh, they have the certificate of sponsorship in the UK and they have job openings, you can check them out on LinkedIn. And another way for you to find out if a company has a certificate of sponsorship to sponsor your visa on a healthcare, on this carer visa to the UK, is by checking uktiersponsors.co.uk. That's a website where you can check a list of companies or care homes that have the certificate of sponsorship, because you need to have, if a company should employ you and give you a job offer in the UK, they also need to issue you a certificate of sponsorship. So that is very important. Without your certificate of
Okay.
sponsorship, you won't be able to apply for the skilled worker visa that will bring you to the UK. So just having a job offer alone is not enough. So those companies need to offer you certificate of sponsorship. So a lot of care homes now are actually trying to get their certificate of sponsorship so that you'll be able to recruit or hire overseas carers to the UK.
Okay. Okay, that's really helpful to know. And this is a new stream, right? So people need to get into it now while it's still
Yeah, the visa
fresh.
is launching. The visa will be launched on the 15th of February.
So for me, the exciting part, let's just say somebody meets the criteria, they get the job offer, they get the designation letter from the employer. Then what next? They apply for their visa.
Yeah, they apply for their visa, they submit reference. So if you get a job offer, you would need reference. So the company will ask you to submit reference from your former employer. So I think
Okay.
one personal reference and one professional reference.
Okay.
Then you need to submit your criminal record check. You need to submit your tuberculosis test. You need to submit your IELTS. So those are the documents that you would submit, and of course your international passports from your home country. That is where the visa will be stamped. And the good thing is that you can come with your family, your wife, your children, no matter the numbers of
We can
kids you
come.
have, you can move to the UK with them. And if you stay on this visa for 5 years, you can then apply for your indefinite leave to remain. So this visa leads to settlement in the UK.
Okay. That brings me to my next question. So the visa is for 5 years.
No, the visa is they have for 3 years and they have for
Okay.
5 years. So it's all
Okay.
depending on your employer. What is it they want to, which year
Okay.
they want to issue you. So most employers, they do start with like 2 years or
Yes.
3 years.
Makes sense.
Yeah, but the visa can be extended. So even if you're in the UK, as long as you still have your job and your visa expires, they will just extend the
Extend
visa
it.
for
Okay.
you.
Okay. And then after 5 years, you can get an indefinite leave to apply. Sorry,
You
to
you'll be
remain
qualified. You'll be qualified
qualified
to
for.
apply for it. So
Which
yeah,
I think
you'll be
that's one of.
eligible. Like, okay, no, you'll be eligible to apply for indefinite leave to remain. If your record is good in the
Hmm,
country, you've not committed any crime, of course, you get your indefinite leave to remain once you
hmm,
apply.
fine. Okay, which I think is one of the questions on most people's mind, because a lot of people is that when they, you go to the UK, what next? After your 2-year work visa or your 3-year work visa. But I think this is good for people to know that if they meet some certain criteria, after 5 years, they can get their indefinite leave to remain, which, no, truth be told, that's what people really want to hear. It's not just after 2 years they have to come back to, go back to their home country. So I think it's really, really good. And the fact that they can even bring their spouse and their children that's just amazing. Will their spouses be able to work?
Yeah, they're supposed to be able to work, no
Okay.
limitation.
No.
And another thing is that with this visa, you'll be able to switch employer. You don't have to work for the
Oh,
same company for a very long time. Once you move to the
okay.
UK and you feel like, okay, I don't want to, or if you can even change career as a whole, be like, okay, I don't want to work as a carer anymore. I want to work as an accountant. You can switch career. But the thing is, you need to still get a company that will issue you the certificate of sponsorship so that
Okay.
you'll be able to stay in the UK. So you can switch employer, you can move from one company to the other, but you still need to be on the skilled worker visa. So that
Okay.
means if you're on a skilled worker visa, you definitely need certificate of sponsorship to remain in the country.
Okay. 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 That's fair enough. I mean, I like that. I like the fact that the person is not stuck to one employer. So if you don't like the job, there's the flexibility to get another one and and move. Okay,
Yeah.
that's good to know. What would your if you're advising somebody that that is thinking about this move, what would your one main major advice be?
If you're planning on moving to the UK via this this healthcare visa, first, if you don't meet the criteria, or you don't have some of this qualification, or you don't have any experience, because you also need experience. Most company will not hire you if you don't have any experience at all. So if this is something you're interested in, the UK government, they sort of changes their immigration rules every every now and then. But so it's good to grab the opportunity now that it's hot. Like, so all I'm going to say is try get some training, a little bit of care certification, like understanding the basic care and the basic of care, understanding learning disabilities, the measure awareness, and first aid is very important. You need to learn first aid and so many other courses, how to handle people with vulnerability, manual handling. All these things are care courses that is one of the basic care courses that you take. So you can go online, and there are some free sites that offer care courses for free, but I think you pay for the certificate. I know of Allison and I know of Pearson. So I would send you the link. So you would put in your description box so that people who are interested in getting the free certification can click the link and go and start
Okay.
the courses. And after that, you need to also look for a place in your country or wherever you are to volunteer.
Mm,
Volunteering counts as well. And also, if you have taken care of your a care, any person with special needs, or you're taking care of your grandparents, it also counts as an experience. So do not hesitate to include it in your CV or talk to the interviewer whenever you're lucky to have an interview. So just enhance yourself so that once an opportunity comes, you will get it. Because, and also, you need to create the great CV. Like, your CV needs to be top notch. Look for the UK format. Create a care CV, not more than 2 pages. Please, if your CV is more than 2 pages, please reduce it. Like, no companies want to read,
yeah.
like, I don't know. So your CV shouldn't be more than 2 pages. Make sure your bullet points, it has everything that has to do with care, because what they are looking for in carers are people who are compassionate, people who love the job, who are passionate about taking care of other people. So they need to see that in your CV and also see that in you. And you need to be, when it comes to communication, you need to have a very good communication skills, because you're going to be talking to these people in residence and all of that. So you need to just basically enhance yourself. If you feel like, okay, I don't have this, go get it done. You can look for a hospital in your home country or wherever you are, and maybe intern or like do like an apprenticeship with them for like 2 months or 3 months, just to better your chances of
Mhm.
getting a job in the UK once you start applying.
Okay. Yes. I think that's very important, and the language and communication skills. Because the truth is that at the end of the day, you're going to be talking to people one on one. A lot of people ask, "Oh, why do countries like Canada and UK always ask for IELTS or English exams?" I'm like, when you come here, you are going to be talking to people, you know,
You understand?
speaking, listening. So those things are very, very important. That's very good to know. And finally, this question I want to know from you, and I'm sure people want to know, what would you say for you is, one of the most enjoyable things about living in the UK? So if somebody was supposed to, want to come and move to the UK, what would you use to entice them? What's one of the things you love about
Well, I
living
would
there?
say that UK is quite chill. The fact that everything is easy, I would say everything sort of is easy. Like, if you're going out, if there are so many fun things to do, like so many fun things to do. Like in the UK, like there are so many gardens, like play areas, so many things to do as long as you're ready. And I would say, like, I don't know, because I live in London, so I don't know about other places, but London, there are lots of things to do, and it's culturally diverse. So you're not going to be feeling like, oh, I'm the only black person here, except you go and live in a white neighborhood, and then you will not really see your kind. But if you live in London or a place that is dominated by black or Africans or Caribbeans or Asians, you won't feel alone because you're seeing different people from different countries. So, and there, when it comes to African food, you can find African food here. You don't have to worry that,
Yes.
oh, I will miss my amala or my,
Yes.
or I'll miss my
Yes.
fufu or afang soup. Trust me, there are Nigerian restaurants, there are even Nigerian bars, like
Yeah.
so many things. You will not feel like left
Yeah.
alone. So yeah, UK is quite chill. Just that the weather is just
I don't
the
complain
weather
about
is
the weather. Oh, don't complain. Don't
no,
complain
the weather
about.
is like up and down. It's hot this minute, it's cold, then
Oh
it's raining.
yeah.
Like you can have three weather in the same day. So yeah,
Ah.
when you're going out, you have to prepare for all weather. Whether it's hot,
Okay.
take out your jacket. If it's
Jack-
cold, you wear your jacket. If it's raining, you wear your raincoat. Like
Yeah,
so.
really. Yes, I definitely agree with you. You know, one of the things I remember about living in the UK is that it is so culturally diverse. I lived in London a couple of years ago. I went to school in southeast London, Greenwich, and everywhere I go, you know, you see different faces, and um, I never really felt homesick. I never felt like I was in a strange land. I guess that's one of the things that comes with the UK is that it's very, very culturally diverse. You're gonna meet people from all over the world. And like you said, yes, Niger food. I remember this restaurant, 805. I don't know if it's still there, but loads of African food, loads of Caribbean food. Yes. So, guys, I mean, for me, if you meet the criteria, then it is definitely worth exploring. Why not? And the good thing is that you're going to be able to go relocate with your spouse and your children if you have any. So there's going to be some information in the description of this video. If you have any questions or you want to learn more about relocating to the UK, Faith is your go-to girl. Her page on YouTube and Instagram is filled with so much information. I was exploring it this past weekend and there is so much. It's so heavy. It is the content there is loaded. So you want to check her out on Instagram. Again, that's Faith Ojone, same name on YouTube. Like, subscribe, recommend. It is her page is loaded, so I can tell you recommend. You're not gonna regret it. Okay. And thank you, Faith,
Thank
so
you.
much for joining. We're definitely gonna keep in touch. And until next time, guys, keep watching Beaver's Canadian Journey. Take care. Hi, my name is Habiba.